story I need to tell about the world and how it's well. From police brutality to climate change, we gotta talk, no fat for shame. Relationships can be so tough, but we need to talk not just enough about trust, love, and where it stands in our hearts. Let's break that chain. Let's talk about it, let's not hide. The truth is what makes us thrive. From politics to private fears, we need to hear each other's ears. Sometimes it feels like we're alone, but together we can make a zone where every voice is heard and seen. Let's make a change. It's time to begin. Workplace issues, gender gaps, equality. Let's not stop fast about pay, respect, and power. Let's stand up for what's true. Mental health, it's time to shine. No more stigma, we'll make it fun. Talk about anxiety, depression. Let's heal and find a better solution. Streets to the boardroom, our voices matter, we're not alone. Let's lift each other up, let's start now. Together we can make it grow. Let's talk about it, let's not hide. The truth is what makes us thrive. From politics to private fears, we need to hear each other here. Let's talk about it, let's not hide. The truth is what makes us thrive. From politics to private fears, we need to hear each other here. Brutality to climate change, we gotta talk, no fat for shame. Relationships can be so tough, but we need to talk not just enough about trust, love, and where it stands in our hearts. Let's break that chain. Let's talk about it, let's not hide. The truth is what makes us thrive.
mic's on.
They're on. Okay.
I'm gonna let you know when the mic's live. Mic's live.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to I've Got Something to Say podcast. Hope your weekend was wonderful. I'm Angela Canty Ingram, and my partner in crime,
Antoine Canty, a.k.a. Tabriz. Blessings.
Well, it's the 20th day of the government shutdown, and we are 11 days away from the EBT benefits running out unless Congress does something, and it doesn't look like they're going to do anything. Keep your heads up, everybody. Help one another. WRIC, Channel 8 television. If you go to their website, they have all the information, abundance of information of different food pantries, all the churches that are also doing the food distributions that can help. Help is out there. We just have to stay in tune. I hate that term, stay woke, but we do have to stay woke now because we can't depend on them. So what else are we going to do?
Right.
But we've been through worse, and we'll get through this too. So just stick together, keep your heads afloat, anger at bay, especially anger within our community. This is not the time for that. And leading with that, with times being the way they are, and we are supposed to love one another, love our neighbor. Don't have to like them, but we still have to love them. How do we do that? And what does that look like? What does love look like within our relationships now? Not just the man-woman, man-man, woman-woman, mother to children, father to children. How are we able to continue to love in our relationships when we have so much going on and at times we feel like our back is up against the wall? How do we do it? Not to mention those of us who are finding ourselves fresh out of a relationship, not knowing how to start over, don't have the tools in our toolkit to start over, or perhaps maybe we were never given those tools in the first place. I'm not quite sure, but my man Tabriz, he got some stuff to lay on us tonight, so I'm going to yield the floor to him.
All right. Okay, y'all. So the topic today is indeed love.
Mm-hmm.
Love yourself, love others, and love who love you. It's that simple. At the end of the day, all we got left is love, because everything else is the distraction from what that can look like if unity played a big part. And that alone starts with love. You have to love your neighbor. Your neighbor gotta love their neighbor. The whole love is a universal language spoken in so many different languages. It's almost hard to look at it as anything less than a spectacle.
Right.
Love has cured diseases. It has de-escalated countless wars, small to big. Love is the core to everything human.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to be able to embrace that, especially now. Especially now.
But how do you embrace it if you never knew what it looked like in the first place?
All right. Now, see, that's a great question. Because there are a lot of us that haven't been given those tools.
Mm-hmm.
And social media don't make it any better.
Yeah. So we go along and we mimic
Mm,
what we see,
right.
what we see on TV,
Right.
what we see on Facebook and Instagram,
The exposure.
what we see our parents do,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
what our elders have done,
Hmm.
and they may not have known.
That's true.
So now we're mimicking something that's all wrong, and the wrong is continuing.
We have found love in tangible things.
Mm-hmm.
We have found love in things that won't outlive us. Things that can be replaced as quickly as they can be bought. There are things that love simply doesn't stand for.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those things aren't. Love is not what you can provide a person in the physical sense.
But I think that has become the core, the norm now. Not the core, the norm.
Yeah. Hmm.
You know,
It's been normalized.
I'm not gonna even try to love you unless I know how much you got in your bank account.
Right.
What you gonna do for me?
Right. Right. It's no longer an atmosphere of contribution. It is all about, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a transaction, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What can you do for me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What if I love you enough to do these things without you having to ask?
Mm-hmm. What am I gonna get?
But you set a precedent, you set a preference on what those things might look like for you versus what I got in perspective for it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they don't match. And loving, you can attack that in so many ways.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way you can be able to get a fighting chance out of it is if you fight with love too. Because it's no longer a fight for love. It's fighting to love.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get to the point where we are fighting to love.
It's not many people doing that anymore.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
These times nowadays, we need to be loving one another more than we should have been doing.
Yeah.
Because once things go awry, we need to be able to be a community once again
Mm-hmm.
and figure this out.
Right. Love is going to bring the unity, which is going to bring us together, which is going to make us powerful, and then we can stand up
Right.
to the giant. We can't
There's-
stand up to the giant when we're all separated and divided.
Man, division always looks better when there's something else better than what the love can give you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the love always come back tenfold. You don't ever see something that's not meant for you last long.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Oh,
meant
no, it
to.
doesn't.
It's not meant to.
Mm-mm. No.
It's not meant to. Love is not supposed to hurt. It's not.
It's not supposed to.
And, I mean, at the end of the day, the agenda is not love. But at the end of the day, the No Kings protest, for example,
Mm-hmm.
that's love.
Mm-hmm.
When you get massive groups of people in different
Races
states,
and different states.
different cities, of different races, for the same cause, that's what that look like.
Right.
It may look aggressive, but that's due to the fact of how it looks. It looks aggressive.
And the passion.
Everything is chaotic right now.
I won't even say it was aggression. I'd say it was passion. They are passionate about how they feel
Absolutely.
and what they want. They're passionate about their rights.
Right. Because the media gonna spin it like, okay,
Oh, well, he said, it was a joke.
yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that.
And that they were stupid, and I wasn't gonna stand for that.
No,
I
because
had to. Y'all know I had to write it up.
Mhm.
I won't stand for that. I want to go up there and slap the, but we won't go there
Yeah.
because I'm practicing
Leading
love.
with the spirit, y'all.
Love.
We leading with
Feel
the
like I need
spirit,
some
y'all.
incense around
Right.
here.
We need to
Love.
Throw them hearts up. Throw them hearts up.
I'm trying to throw them hearts up.
We have to love
But,
thy sister and thy brother.
Yeah. Yes. Even when we don't want to, y'all.
Right.
Even when we don't want to.
Right. And that's the key. The key is That's how you develop a love. Love starts as a feeling, but molds into an experience.
Mm-hmm. And it can be positive, and it can be negative.
And that
But it's going to mirror what you put into it.
exactly. Feelings may be liabilities, but one thing is for certain: love far exceeds any type of feeling. It's all of them wrapped into one.
Mm-hmm.
Really. Every emotion you could think of is wrapped into one core word: love.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have love without the rest of them.
Exactly.
That's the balance. We need balance.
So, Breeze, I went to a program at church about a month or so ago, a singles ministry program.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it was most of us women, maybe two men in there. And in my session, it was for the age group of 45 and up.
Mm-hmm.
So, 2 men, rest women,
Mm.
and everything. And it wasn't to meet anybody. It was about learning how to be single and embrace your singleness.
Yep.
And it was very interesting. We had to say how we became single
Mm-hmm.
and how it was a mixture. You know, we had the guys who were widowers. I
Right.
think that's where widowers, women were widowers,
Mhm.
divorced women, and then women that had never been married at all. And to get all of those into one pot
Mm.
and to hear the views of that
Yeah.
was so mind blowing.
Mm.
Because and most of the women in that class had no desire of ever being married again
Hmm.
or really being in a relationship again.
Mm.
And that's kind of scary
Yeah.
because
very.
it's like you don't want to experience that kind of love again.
Here's the thing about love.
Now, the widowers, I guess I can understand maybe, you know, that person was the only love that they feel like they could only desire
Mm-hmm.
in their lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
However, you have a lot of love inside of you
Right.
that you can still share. That your
Right.
love for that person, that no one is going to take that love away from you.
Exactly.
But you can still experience love and companionship again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the widowers. Then the divorced women, like me, I too had felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see no man. I ain't dealing with no man no more. I ain't losing nothing no more behind no man. This last one, I ain't. Don't even say good morning to me. That's how I felt. But as the months went by, you know, the shell started softening a little bit, and I'm like, well, holidays coming. I want to do some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I see concerts coming. Well, I don't go by myself.
Right.
And you start tweaking that a little bit. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe I couldn't entertain that, you know, as long as I got my preferences.
Right.
And that brought me down to this question. What do we want in order to get the love that we deserve?
That part.
What do we want? Because we don't want to keep on doing what we've been doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that means we got to define what it is we want.
Right.
So we don't keep on picking Pookie and Ray Ray.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If we don't want the Pookie and Ray Rays, we got to look at ourselves.
Right. Yeah.
And that's hard.
It is.
That's a hard
It's
thing.
very hard.
Because we all deserve to be loved.
Exactly. That's the point.
At the end of the day, we all deserve to be loved. And to say that we're not going to do it anymore, that's punishing ourselves.
See, here's the thing about love, right? You don't know how love might work for you. You could go through the whole process if you want to. You never know how love is going to work for you.
Right.
Because you might not see it coming, and you wouldn't even know it existed until it showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole time you wondering where it been this whole time. It was right there the whole
Right.
time. It was right under
Right.
your nose.
Exactly.
But you had to do the work for yourself to see that the love is still. See, when you say you're never going to do that, that means you're actually quitting
Mm-hmm.
to actually do the inner work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
picking up your ball and your glove,
Because here
and
goes the mask I was talking about.
You kicking the sand, and you ain't gonna play no more.
Because here comes this mask now. It may not be makeup, but now it is of the figurative sense.
Yeah.
So now you have to put on this brave face. You are now strong and independent.
You don't need nobody.
Here's the thing. Name one thing that was strong that ain't eventually break.
No,
The Twin Towers fell,
yeah.
and there's a certain temperature that can melt metal,
Yeah.
and they fell. Strength means nothing if love is not the root.
Right.
Independence means nothing if you're going to eventually have to depend on somebody, especially if it's at the cost of your own happiness. Because let's be honest, there are things that you are going to need said person to do, and they are going to require you to be of some service to them. Now, if that service is aligned, then both of y'all can have the conversation
Right.
as to what can come next.
Right.
If the man is willing to compromise, then you have already found yourself a gateway to. You're closer to it than you was at first. You keep doing the work for you. If they see that, they're gonna give it to you themselves. And at that moment, you have realized that love can still live here, but you have to allow it.
That's true. And that takes a lot to get to that point.
Right.
Depending on the pain that you had, you know,
Yeah.
and the scars that you received.
Right.
It takes a lot to get to that point.
It does. It does. It does. It takes a certain level of It takes a certain level of stillness
Stillness and prayer.
to really dissect a person, and it's even deeper when that person is you.
Yeah.
Because if you're not aware of the things that you are capable of doing, then how would that look to somebody else when you are incapable of doing those said things for that person?
Right.
If you're not capable of doing it for yourself, there is no way you can do it for somebody else.
Amen.
That has to
Amen.
mirror. You have to love you. You saying you're not going to do it no more is you allowing every potential candidate to be blocked off when they could be giving you whatever you need.
Right.
It really just depends on what you might be asking for. Because what you're asking for, you might not be doing that for yourself.
Exactly.
You might not be doing that for yourself,
yeah,
but you want
you're
that.
praying and you're asking God to send you this person,
Right.
And you're asking for all of these qualities in that person, and it's so funny you say that because Pastor was just preaching on that. You're asking for A through Z,
The whole package.
but are you A through Z?
The whole
How
package.
you going to ask for something that you aren't?
Right. Exactly.
You got to get real with yourself first.
Right. Understandably.
You want love, but do you love yourself?
Right.
Do you even know what loving yourself looks like?
Love you, so why not let love you back? Love you.
But if you're
Why
not
not love
loving,
it back?
if you're not loving you, you can't even receive it from anybody else because
Yeah.
you don't know what it looks like.
Yeah.
It could come up to you, and you be like, talking. It could come up to you, and they work at the car wash,
Yeah.
and because they work at the car wash,
Yeah.
you can't do nothing for me.
Mhm.
But that was your love.
See?
That was your love there that
Love.
you just dismiss. But then here come Mr. driving the Mercedes.
Mhm.
You want that.
Mhm.
You want that.
No,
And so you go ahead and you get with that. And then after a month or two, he whipping your ass.
Right.
And
Or
then you
worse.
wondering why he won't love you.
Take
Because
it
he
away.
won't for you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's a love has a weird way of being present in times of maybe distress, conflict, maybe. If what a person considers love is not imbued with some type of softness, even a little bit, then what they will quantify as love is something you can exchange. what you can barter with,
Right.
what you can weaponize maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times people will get the things that they don't want really. And that it'll look like love, cars, clothes, jewelry, all
Because
that.
that's what they quantify as love.
They want to feel valued.
Mm-hmm.
But their value has been turned into a monetary topic,
Mm-hmm.
not a spiritual topic.
Right.
Whatever you got on or driving or living in ain't got nothing to do with how much love you can spread.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You got it. First of all, you have to give yourself enough grace to realize that all of that not even necessary. Love is free.
Mm-hmm.
It costs you nothing.
Right.
It costs you nothing. I'm trying to figure out why it's easier to be mad than to just simply be like, all right, brother, you got it.
Mm-hmm. Because it's not important.
Peace and love.
At the end of the
Nobody
day.
got time for that. It's scary out here. Love is all we got left. If that's gone, what's next? I always say
Right.
love is dead because it is. We don't give it a chance to do what it is meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't.
Well, I tell you, another way to look at that is if someone was to go into a chemotherapy clinic, as somebody that's terminal, that's getting chemotherapy,
Mm.
what means more, love or tangible items?
Right,
What they would choose,
right.
because when it's at the end, all of them things that they value don't do nothing for them. They need love,
Yeah. They do.
and a lot of times it's love that helps them get into remission.
Mm-hmm. Like Michael Harris,
Mm-hmm.
thank you for tuning in. He says love requires patience.
Amen.
I love that
Amen.
because it does.
It does.
It's not going to come in the form that you want it to come in all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Love has phases. At the end of the day, the older you
Yeah.
get, the more love may look. It'll either mature depending on your surroundings, or it might fizzle off the older you get.
Right.
It really just depends on how you look at it
Mm-hmm.
going forward.
And
As
it looks
as
different to everybody.
Right.
It's gonna look different to
right,
everybody.
there's different ways to look at love, and there's so many angles you can
Mm-hmm.
use. Just to be able to. Love is something you really can't explain.
Mm-hmm.
You have to show somebody that.
Right.
There's no words. Love is a word by itself.
Mm-hmm.
You give it that much grace, you can do whatever you do with that. It's
Exactly.
always got to be in high spirits, though.
Right.
The love can't be based on what somebody can give you,
Mm-hmm.
because then you are now converting what can't be felt into something that can be touched.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We got to disregard the exchange of goods as a way to love somebody. If we're going to exchange goods, it should be information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It should be courage.
But your generation,
Oh boy. Oh boy.
your generation
Oh boy. And we
is what's on that surface.
we on the cusp actually. We in the middle
Mm-hmm.
of everything really. We grew up without social media and still got older to watch it happen.
Mm-hmm.
We saw cell phones become a thing. The internet just got popular. Just a whole lot of stuff happened.
So how does all of that being that? So how does that affect your love? Your
Well,
ability to love
see,
and receive love.
here's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Your generation, not you per se.
When the social media started to become a topic of conversation,
Mm-hmm.
it actually hit pretty hard how we would handle it as a generation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we still watched it happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because a lot of
So we still kind of victims of it, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it came around a time where we was our most influential.
mm-hmm.
We talking high school,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even before that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you talking to a 13, 14-year-old 2004, 5, and you got Bebo and MySpace happening, and AOL Messenger, is we right there. It's like we want to love, but we a little sketchy about it. But I still feel like we can fulfill the best version of what that looked like, because we were still brought up without the digital version of love.
Right. Right.
We saw.
But you all were still, your
were still
your
outside,
relationships
running
were
the streets.
still out on the relationships were just out there on the social media.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you get in the argument, y'all, not you, but y'all.
Yeah, no.
You and the
It's-
girl get in an argument. It's out there on
All on the
Facebook.
street.
Then her girls got something to say.
Right.
Your boys got something to say.
It's crazy.
And on and on and on and on.
Right. Yeah, no, it's we were still outside
Yeah.
roaming the streets till them street lights came on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so Mike says this generation mocks and copies what they have seen and grew up around. Case in point,
Amen.
because that's true. You know, the examples of what love should look like were formed in a way that doesn't entirely look appealing to people that want to experience it for themselves. So it's kind of hard to digest what love might look like for real for you,
Right.
when you're probably looking for something specific, and that might be the love that you may use as a template to what you're expecting from people,
Right.
or from your parents, or from your siblings. The black sheep term, I still find that weird, because you still love that child the same way.
Right.
The only difference was they received it differently. So the
Right.
question is, what type of love would they have needed at that time?
Right. And see, back then
And
they
nobody
didn't
has
have
the
they didn't
cheat
have
code for that.
parenting for dummies back then.
Right. There's no cheat. There's no cheat code. There's no guide. There's no handbook on that. So we do what we can.
Right.
But eventually, we start to run into people that have developed a love that is deeper than our own understanding of it. And that's who we need to surround ourselves with.
Right.
We need to start talking about love as something that can't be felt. You got to be able to embrace a person sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes a hug will just do it. Sometimes words may not cut it.
Well, I know I can only speak from my experience, and as I'm going through it, I am currently living a love that I can't identify with right now,
Right.
because I am divorced, and my ex-husband is disabled from a stroke, and he is in an assisted living. But I am right there.
Yeah.
I'm making sure he's good, he's taken care of.
Yeah.
He's getting everything that he wants and he needs. I still spend time when I can. I still love him.
Yeah, absolutely.
In spite of everything, he's still my best friend.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Right.
I don't understand it. You know, people call me a fool. They say I'm stupid. That used to hurt me because I'm doing what my heart tell me I'm supposed to do. So I don't even know what kind of love I could say it is, except to say agape.
Yeah.
I'm treating him the way I
Yeah.
would hope that he or anyone else would do the same for me.
Right. Right.
And if I can make sure that his days are better in spite of what he's going through, then that's just the least that I can do.
Exactly.
So that's all I can do.
Be the best version of you for that situation that you can be.
Right.
Because that's what you sat on the altar and read the vows for.
Right.
That was a decree that you are going to be your best self.
Right.
And at the end of the day, that is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. So I had a lady at church tell me, honey, that divorce is just a piece of paper. You're still married to him. Look at you. You're still taking care of him.
Right. No, hey, listen. At the end of the day,
I'm like, yeah. So for me to get into another relationship, it would take a hell of a man
yeah,
to be able. He would have to be a mature
right.
man
There you go.
to be able to understand that.
Right there.
And if God has made him, then okay.
Right there.
But I got to do what I got to do.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yes.
All right, y'all. We're gonna take a quick break. All right, we're gonna pause for the calls. We will be right back.
Got a story I need to tell about the world and how it's world. From police brutality to climate change, we gotta talk, no time for shame. Relationships can be so tough, but we need to talk not just enough about trust, love, and where it stands. In our hearts, let's break that chain. Let's talk about it, let's not hide. The truth is what makes us thrive. From politics to private fears, we need to hear each other's ears. Sometimes it feels like we're alone, but together we can make a zone where every voice is heard and seen. Let's make a change. It's time to begin. Workplace issues, gender gaps, equality. Let's not stop fast about pay, respect, and power. Let's stand up for what's true. Mental health, it's time to shine. No more stigma, we'll make it fun. Talk about anxiety, depression. Let's heal and find a better solution. Streets to the boardroom, our voices matter. We're not alone. Let's lift each other up. Let's start now together. We can make it grow. Let's talk about it. Let's not hide. The truth is what makes us thrive. Don't politics to private fears. We need to hear each other here. Let's talk about it. Let's not hide. The truth is what makes us thrive. Don't politics to private fears. We need to hear each other here.
Night. All right, y'all, we are back. So we got a comment here from Mike again. What's going on, y'all? We are back. We got another comment here from Mike Harris. He says the only three people in a relationship should be the two in the relationship and God. Ditto.
Mm-hmm.
You have some relationships where the mother and father or the best friends have more to say or more say so that the two in the relationship. Oh, okay. Sometimes that's how the details are all in the street because talking and being open with one another doesn't exist like it should.
Communication.
And community.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdly enough, both of those words start with the same.
Yeah. That's true.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where has the love gone? Because there was a time where love felt good.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt good to see. It was all
Yeah.
in the music. It was on the street. It was in TV shows.
We had some good movies.
All sorts of outlets where the love was just pouring in. Where did that go?
I don't
Is it
know.
outdated now?
It's like the dinosaurs, extinct.
Yikes. That's a crazy word to use. But I mean, there's definitely
Okay,
some truth to that.
missing.
Right.
It's just missing then.
No,
I won't
I-
say extinct because extinct means it's not coming back.
Right.
So missing.
Right. Yeah, no, Mike is right. Nowadays it's not about love, it's arrangements and business deals.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, love has now become a business.
Yeah.
It's no longer about how feelings can be entangled into one situation and both people can just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can pick at them, talk about them, really figure out how to meet in the middle. We got to start learning how to meet in the middle again.
Well, they're not spiritual anymore.
Oh, no.
God,
Yeah, spirit-
God is nowhere up in there.
Well, here's the thing. The spirit is tainted because of the hands that are too occupied to bring together to actually figure that out.
Right.
Prayer is essential.
Yep.
It is. Even if you're just praying for you, it's essential. It's essential
Yeah.
when it's essential when you high. It's essential when you low. It's essential when it's normal. When you just need to praise him one time.
But it changes everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's certain tactics outside of that you can use. You can take a deep breath. There's breathing exercises. You can hug a child. A child gonna be honest with how much they care about a person. If they friendly, then that is based on the fact that they are surrounded by some love.
Right.
A friendly child is better judgment than a regular adult.
Oh, a child gonna give it to you straight.
Strizzy.
Straight. Look, I found this book. I don't know if you are aware or if you know anything about Keon Henderson. He's married to Shawnee Shaq's wife.
Oh, okay.
And he's a pastor of a church.
Yeah.
So he wrote this book and it's called Lazy Love.
Ah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And he says there's 4 threats to relationships and marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Lack of trust,
Yes.
lack of communication.
Yes.
Hold on a second. Sorry, y'all. I had it all together.
All
Lack
right.
of trust, lack of communication, lack of forgiveness. And this is the major one. Confusing sex with intimacy.
That. Jesus Christ. That one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Because intimacy was never designed to be categorized as one thing. Intimacy has several components.
Yeah,
that go
it's like an
towards
onion.
that. Right, it's definitely layered for sure.
Yeah. So when I listened to that, I was like, whew.
Mm.
I'm like, okay.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah. And when I really thought about it, I was like, well, shoot.
That is tough.
All
man.
4 of them things was broken in my marriage to get me where I was.
Yeah.
Trust is major.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All
It
of
is.
these things are a threat to love.
Yes.
But the confusing the sex with the intimacy.
That part.
We as women, we're big on that. And he said that for men, intimacy comes at the end. And for women, intimacy comes in the beginning. We start with intimacy. You all end with intimacy. So we're already there.
Right.
And y'all just kind
And
of...
we wait till it's too late.
We're going to see what this is about
We wait
kind of
till-
thing.
we
But
wait
we
till it's too
already
late.
there.
Yeah.
We know we're going to be with you.
Yeah.
We done seen the wedding, the house with the fence, the children, the dog. We got it all
The extravaganza.
in our
All of
mind
it. Yeah.
by the 5th date probably. And y'all still,
Right. Right.
You know,
No, you want to know
y'all still
something?
kicking it.
You want to know something crazy about some of us?
Hmm.
See, we know you thinking about that, but that's like back here.
Mm-hmm.
if we are actually interested
Mm-hmm.
in you, we actually thinking about the same stuff. But we are more concerned with what we can provide for you while you thinking about what you want.
Right. Right.
So, but that's the whole thing, is we can never meet
right.
at that middle. Like, one of us gotta say, oh, well, what would you like for me to do as a man
Mm-hmm.
that you couldn't do as a woman,
Right.
that you might need from me specifically? That'll give her a reason to actually think. Now that she got the stuff that she want,
Mm-hmm.
now she can apply the man to it, and then she can figure out what she want. The communication is so important,
Right.
because you have to be able to engage in a conversation that lets the other person know that you officially have started to figure out how this person operates just a little bit.
Yeah. But you know, there are some people married and some people in relationships and they don't talk. They can sit at the table and they don't talk.
You want to know why? A lot of us have a hard time being able to talk about the things that are important,
Mm-hmm.
because they may sound a way that the other person might not agree with.
Mm-hmm.
So in their head, they know they're not finna agree with that, so why say anything?
Right.
It's kind of like, why try if I know who I'm dealing with?
Mm-hmm.
But if that's who you're dealing with, then you should still try.
Right.
If that's who you want to deal with, then you should still try. Y'all gotta find ways to be able to communicate. Y'all gotta find ways to be able to communicate without it looking like an interrogation sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Without it looking like you gotta get something out of them
Right.
that they don't want to talk about. Communication requires a lot of grace.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to sit there and listen to a person without even thinking that you are the person listening.
Right.
You have to be a vessel and not, like, you have to be of the spirit when you listen and not of the flesh, because the flesh ain't going to want to hear it.
Right.
But the spirit might open an ear
Right.
or two.
And be on the offense and not the defense all the time.
Right.
Because everything that's said to you is not necessarily at you.
We have to be able to allow ourselves to look at these words and not be triggered by them.
Mm-hmm.
And trigger words are easy to point out to a person when they're already in a state of, I got one in the head.
Yeah.
There's always something up here
In the chamber.
that's telling you, all right, either I'm going to empty this right here, or I'm going to wait.
Mm-hmm. And just keep on letting it build up.
And neither one of those are good.
No. Mm-mm.
We gotta rid it as a weapon altogether.
Yeah.
Love cannot be weaponized. It shouldn't be.
Mm-mm.
How does that look?
Like a war.
That's not love, though.
I know.
You can't weaponize something that was not meant to be a weapon.
Mm-mm.
And if it is a weapon, it is a weapon to overcome something that is far worse than what love may look like.
It should be looked at as an egg.
Yeah,
That's the way it should be looked
yeah,
at.
I like that.
It's fragile. It's gentle.
I
You
like
got
that.
to protect it.
I like that. But what's inside, you can do a lot with.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That person, like I said in one of my songs, you, at the end of the day, if we were to open everybody up as if they were like cabinets, everybody's got the same attachments.
Mm-hmm.
All of us are the same on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
It's what we have been dealt, those cards that we have been dealt, that have given our flesh a reason to react to that.
Mm-hmm.
Our spirit now is tainted.
Yeah. And we're
Perspective-wise.
mimicking, for us women, we're mimicking what we have seen the women in our family, how they react to things.
Mm.
That's how we react to things.
Okay,
Because we do what we know.
Yeah. So I got a question for you.
Okay.
What do you think the difference, or what do you think happened in between the love that you were used to seeing in that time
Mm-hmm.
versus how you see it right now? Like, at what point did the dynamic change in your perspective?
Well, I think females started having children younger, before they were finished learning the lessons that they needed to learn to actually be mothers.
Right.
You know, well, not any woman can give birth,
Mm-hmm.
but that's a part of being a woman.
Yeah.
But that does not make you a mother.
True.
So they only had what was in their toolkit at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like at that point, that's when the breakdown started happening.
Right.
Because now you got the teenage mothers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them wasn't marrying the fathers.
Yeah.
So now we got the single mother household.
Right.
Well, where's the love?
Yeah.
And then how they're going to teach little
How?
Johnny or little
How
Susie how to love.
can you teach what
Because
we're not
they
taught?
don't know themselves. They don't know what it looks like.
Yeah. How can
And
you-
then there we go.
Mhm.
You know, it keeps happening. You know, here and there, you may find someone that does get married. You
Mhm.
know, and you're almost surprised.
Yeah.
You know, you're almost surprised because
Yeah.
that ain't happening too much.
Yeah.
And then you pray that they stay together because folks aren't staying together.
Yeah. Man. There's definitely a disconnect in the air.
Yeah.
There's a disconnect of massive proportion. And I don't understand. Well, maybe I do. And maybe I'm just not privy to the idea of hating people or hating things that hate people or hate in general.
Mm-hmm.
But what in the world? All these divorces bouncing? I don't get it. What is happening?
Searching for that perfect one.
Safety net.
Mm-hmm.
I see a whole bunch of safety nets getting broken.
Mm-hmm. Can't hold you up.
And now we have this thing where marriage almost looks like a crime. It looks like somebody has to be a dictator. Somebody has to be told what to do.
It's not a partnership anymore.
It's not looked
No.
at as a partnership anymore.
Right. When I was married, President Obama was in office, and I loved to see him and Michelle together.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's what I want. I want my marriage to look like that.
Right.
You know, you could see the love.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't him just doing it for the cameras. You could see the actual love that he had for that woman.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's what I want my marriage to be like.
Yeah, she
That's
stayed.
what,
Yeah, she
you
stayed
know,
down. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I want. Because I was like, wow. You know, it was almost as if I hadn't seen that in a long time.
Yeah.
You know, I can only count in my family one couple that I could say I saw that in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sad.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, I had it once.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if I'll ever have that again.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't say never.
Yeah, don't.
I used to say never.
Love is a beautiful
And
thing.
then I realized words have power. So now I say, God, I'm ready to receive when you're ready to give.
Right. Right.
Because I won't, it's out there. It does exist.
Yeah.
But I do realize what you put in is what you get
What you
out.
get,
What you
exactly.
mirror is what you see.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta be who you want.
You gotta walk in your queendom.
Yay, yes. Let me
You have to
adjust
walk
my crown.
just like we all have to walk in what we have always
And I'm glad
been.
you said that, because we are queens and kings,
Yes.
but we don't act like it.
Right.
We
We-
do not act like it.
Our skin is our currency. Our hair is our heritage. We can do things nobody else can do.
Yeah. So we need to go ahead on and stand up.
We are royalty. Our bones are made of bronze.
Yeah.
We have survived all type of oppression, slavery, and we still going.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get rid of us that fast,
No.
and it ain't happening.
We ain't afraid to fight.
Because now we are coming into a generation where they are actually starting to see how much of this shit you're going to keep doing before we decide to say it's time to end all that.
Right.
It got to go. We need to start making
Right.
love songs again. Hell,
Amen.
we got to start
Amen.
telling people, hey, all right, look, it's okay to love that nigga across the street. It's okay to love the old lady next door that might be racist, but that's probably why she racist, because she may not have experienced love in its universal
And
form.
don't know what it look like.
You know what I'm saying? Let's start loving people for not knowing.
And you know that's true. That
We
is
gotta
true.
that's the biggest problem. We have to love them for not knowing.
Right.
Because we at one point did not know.
Right. And I experienced that working in an office.
Mhm.
You know, at Christmas they have Secret Santa and all that. So I had a person of a different color. I had that name for my person to get a gift. So I got a nice gift and everything, and you know, set it on her desk. And so when it was time to actually do our gift exchange, you know, she had opened her gift and everything, and she came over to me. She said, "Oh, she loved her gift so much." She's like, "Oh, I never would have expected that I would get something like that." And I was like, "Why?" She's like, "Nobody has ever done anything like that for me." And I just stood up and gave her a hug.
Yeah. No, because
I
sometimes that's
still
what you
love her.
need. That's
Because
what you
I'm like,
need.
I don't know what your perception of us is,
Right.
but
They ain't-
it's not that.
we not
We
not
not
violent by
what
nature.
you have always known your life, and what your people and your people and your people
Right.
have told you.
Right. But see, you know what that is, though? You see why they trying to... Oh, before we get into that, Mike said he got love songs in the cut.
Yes, he does, and I'm waiting to hear them.
Mike got
Waiting
some good
to.
stuff coming soon.
Yes.
So watch out for that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But love is such a powerful thing, man. We got to start getting into the habit of just being able to establish a solid ground with people so that they won't feel like they have to say something they really don't want to talk about.
Right.
The love is just, just like you said, just give them a hug.
Hmm.
If do something for them that nobody else has done.
Right.
Go help the homeless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Help as many as you can in one day if the
Because
spirit lets
we're
you.
going to have to. It's
gonna have to start
love
helping
is
each
what love is what is going to get us out of what we're in right now,
Yes,
and what's going to sustain us.
yes.
Loving each and
It's
every one of
powerful.
us.
Like-
That's what it's going to take.
And we are imbued with it. Especially us as black folk. We are the most passionate race on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can do so much magic.
Exactly.
There's no way we can be seen as violent if most of the violence happened to us.
Right. And we'll feed you, honey.
You
we
know
will
what I'm
feed
saying?
you.
You know what I'm saying? How are we violent with a 1,000,000-man march? I could see if it was a riot, but it won't call one, was it?
It would be called one today. By
Yeah.
by the jokester, it would be called one. But
yeah.
it was a peaceful march.
Yeah, it was.
Mhm.
No kings turned out. No kings turned out so well. He had to insult it.
Yeah. Because it didn't turn out the way he wanted. I guess he wanted us to break stuff and burn down stuff and all of that. You know.
But I will say this: even he has an understanding of what love is, despite what it may look like on the media. He has some type of knowledge of what love may look like for him, just like we all do.
Yeah.
He's got a son. He had to have loved that fool. I'm just saying. You can't expect your son to follow in your footsteps and you not love him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He still got a wife, even though she don't really like him right now. He still married her. So he understand at some point. But I think his whole point here is not to spread love, because I don't even think it's where he has it. I think he knows. I think he knows his wife ain't rocking with him.
It don't even matter.
I think he know his son ain't really his best friend. Ain't your biggest fan.
He on the tour right now.
He don't got no love where he at, so he not finna show love where he going.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. The more you imbue this man with hate, as old as he is, he just gonna take it and run with it. Cause he said,
What's
if
love got to do
what's
with
love
it?
got to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
It's got everything
That's
to do
his
with
theme
this.
music right now.
It's got everything to do with this. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you how crazy it'll look like if he decided to switch gears and start loving us. We'll have universal health care. We'll have all the books back in libraries. We'll have Black History back and have unlocked some more. There are so many things that we can do if all he said was, you know what? I'm here with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So we in this together.
Right.
Like,
If he stopped creating a division.
he needs to go somewhere where he can't feel like a billionaire. He has to feel normal.
Nigeria.
If he go to Nigeria, he really gonna come out orange. Like, you thought his
He
tan
will
now
learn
was
a
that.
lot.
The fact that he's orange, there's no telling what his skin color really is.
Mm.
Listen, he probably the color of an LED light. That man probably glow in the dark when you turn the lights off.
I don't know.
But at the end of the day, despite what type of atmosphere and whatever type of narrative Trump is deciding to paint, this man has experienced love just like everybody else in the way that he had to experience it,
Right.
because it probably wasn't given to him no more than it was given to somebody poverty stricken.
Right. Which is probably has a lot to do with why he is the way he is.
You know, his poverty stricken might not look like the black man's poverty stricken, the white man's poverty stricken, the
I don't even
Asian's
think
poverty stricken.
it wasn't. I don't even think it was poverty stricken. I just believe that everything was tied to money. You know.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying, his version of poverty stricken is like,
Love is tied to money with him. Love is money.
right. Him being poverty stricken in his eyes is him not being able to buy what he wants.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You got
Not being
money, but
able
you
to-
probably can't touch
Maybe
it.
can't get that loan.
You know
so
what I'm
that we
saying?
can get that hotel over
You know
there.
how many times he get told no? He still get told no.
And then he figure out a way to go around it illegally.
Because he's a baby. You tell him no.
He in the sandbox too.
Right. He throws a temper tantrum with a size of 8 shoe. But we gotta
But we
love.
still gonna love.
But listen, now that's what's crazy, because now there are people that have voted for him that have a love for him in the form of entertainment. They love how entertaining he is, but they do not love how he is doing his job.
Right. And come January 1st, if nothing gets done, they're not gonna love that entertainment because their hand passes is not gonna have no insurance.
Right.
So
They better, man, listen.
none of the antics or anything is gonna make any
Listen,
sense
y'all.
if they
Listen.
can't eat.
Listen, y'all. Please do yourselves a favor. Do some research. Do some research.
And get out here and vote. I gotta say that. I don't even know if I said it last time,
Vote
but it
locally.
is. And
Vote
you all
locally.
have got to go out here and vote.
We may not be able to stop what Congress got going on, but we can start
turn.
locally so
Yeah.
we can get them up out of there.
And turn this state
We
back
gotta
to
get them up out
Democrat.
of there. And please, man, please, do your research. There are resources everywhere. Even if you are low on funds, they are all over the place. Start looking for food pantries. Start looking for, certain deals that you can find. People are giving stuff away.
Yeah.
There's offer up. There's all type of stuff you can use at a low budget price. If you have a budget in mind that you would have, so you can get through this, plan now,
Yeah.
because we do not know what's gonna happen next, and we have to brace for this impact, because there's gonna be a lot of us that's gonna need that help.
Right.
So we gotta go out here and help each other.
Yeah.
Help each other find all of this stuff.
And as I find information, I post it. So definitely keep looking at my Facebook page, because I try to post everything I get. I try to post it so that you guys will know too, so that we'll be informed. Because we got to stick together. That's the only way we're gonna make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. This love thing got to be so strong. It's got to be able to break chains.
Yeah.
It's
So, I'm gonna ask you this, Mister,
yeah.
because you had hinted to this one time about when women are starting to date, they need to ask the right questions.
Yep.
Well, what are the right questions?
Well, first and foremost, if a man is not comfortable with himself, he's not going to answer the questions that I think a woman is willing to ask them, but they're unsure of the reaction.
Okay, so at that point, we should just not even bother about getting the rolls and the salad and just get on up and go to the bathroom and not come back to the table. No, I'm just playing.
Well, at the end of the day, if you aren't in a space to answer tough questions, then maybe you need to sit it out for a while.
Okay.
Gather yourself. Love yourself enough to know that once somebody asks you that question, you have it in confidence to answer that. If you're not in a confident state of answering questions about yourself that may feel uncomfortable, then don't even try. Because what that'll do is you'll put yourself back into the position you were trying to avoid
Right.
by avoiding the questions that you may need answers to yourself by answering them.
Oh, what should we ask?
All right, well, there's certain questions. You can ask a man what his childhood was like. If he's open to talking about his childhood, then give it a real listen. Like, start picking apart what he decides to say. At the end of the day, that's what communication is. When somebody says something to you, you listen to every word.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you pick everything that you may have heard that they may have emphasized, and you start making conversation about that. At that moment, you have picked apart everything they have said that one time and turned it into a 2-hour conversation.
Gotcha.
And you ain't really changed the subject on nothing. You stayed on whatever topic that was.
So let me ask you this though: if you're asking these questions and they either want to avoid it or they get just real kind of like irritated behind it, that's a warning sign?
Yes.
I think that's a warning sign.
Yes, that means that they haven't officially healed yet from whatever that was.
Yeah.
And they might even still be dealing with it. So a lot of the time people won't even put themselves in position to start feeling like it might happen again. But then they short themselves.
Right.
In my opinion, I feel like you short yourself of something that could be of some use, even if you are the one that is picking. If you are changing how you pick,
Right.
then you need to be patient with these picks, because they might not come off as ideal the first time because you are changing up what you're usually preferred to.
Right.
Your
So
preference
you're
may have
kind of
changed a
learning.
little bit.
You're
Right.
kind of learning yourself.
And that alone requires patience within itself. You got to have patience with everything. You have to. Communication, patience. Trust, patience. All that requires you to actually sit down and be able to hear a person talk. If you don't like how they talking to you, that's fine. You can exit
Right.
gracefully.
Oh, I would never exit. I would just probably not call them anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can, but
Or just let them know. I mean, the last time I did date recently, it just wasn't working, and I just let them know, I just don't think I'm ready. I just didn't feel like I was ready for it, because they was like going 95 miles an hour, and I'm like, whoa.
Slow down, buddy.
And just from me saying I just got to take it slower, I got to step back, well, they just got real aggressive and went off on me, and I'm like, ooh, okay. Well, this really isn't a bad thing. It really isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because I got to see the real person when I did that.
Dismiss yourself gracefully. That's the key.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you have to approach these things with love. Conflict can be solved with love.
Yeah.
Love yourself.
First.
Always love yourself. Love yourself. Love others. Love who love you. We about to wrap this up, y'all. This was a great session. You got any special words for the people?
I'm on this journey with you guys. I won't say I'm looking for love, but I'm open to love. I got my love basket.
Yeah.
So We're going to do this thing together.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it alive.
Right.
You know, shout out to G Money for having us, and Big Time Radio Network, Big Time Podcast. Until next time, I got something to say. Let's talk about it.
Peace.
Hooty hoo.
Got it. That was
Got a story I need to tell about the world and how it's well. From police brutality to climate change, we gotta talk, no fat for shame. Relationships can be so tough, but we need to talk not just to love, about trust, love, and where it's